morning. It is Saturday, November 1st. It's not that early. It's like 9, a little bit after 9, but it feels early to me. I've been up for quite a while. I was woken up this morning with some messages from my family. So my sister's at my dad's house taking pictures of this situation where somebody last night, it was Halloween, of course, last night, it's November 1st today, somebody crashed their car into his house last night, probably a drunken Halloween party goer or something like that. They fled the scene, so nobody knows, really what happened yet. But they hit his car, they hit his camper on the side of his house, and then they crashed into the house. And it looks bad from the photos, but from what my little brother's there now, he's checking stuff out, and he's saying it's, way worse than it even looks, that the house has shifted. It's really the garage. It's shifted quite a bit, so like they hit the front of the garage, the front corner. The door, obviously, garage door is not going to open, but even he's saying the back door, like the normal people door you walk through, you can't open that. So the house has shifted so much all the way back there. So anyway, it's a fiasco down there. So I think I'm going to try to run down and see if I can help in any way. It's about an hour and a half drive, so it's not like it's so far away that it's a real problem, but it is just a little bit further than you want to drive just to be hanging around for a few hours. But anyway, I'm going to go down there today, see if I can help out. But I do have some orders to pack for my eBay shop today. Stuff that I normally would have packed in the evening. I typically film these videos in the evening while I'm packing, and last night was Halloween, so I didn't really want, we were outside with the kids, trick-or-treaters. So I'm going to try to get, there's 3 orders from yesterday and 1 from this morning. I'm going to get all 4 of those packed up and just deliver them to the post office and then head down to see what I can do to help out at home. I did publish a video yesterday that was like point of view shopping at the thrift stores, and if you like that kind of video, let me know. I'll do it again, even though it does make me uncomfortable doing that, being out in public with a camera, but I'll try it again. Next time I'll try to get the camera a little bit better positioned so that it actually points at what I'm looking at. But yeah, check that video out if you haven't seen it yet. And in it, I talk about how in the video I go to the Goodwill and to the Salvation Army. But earlier in the day, I went to a church rummage sale. All that stuff is still in my car, and I went to a small thrift store and I bought these 2 Domino sets. So I'm going to show you those really quickly, and then we're going to run into the kitchen and get packing. Okay, 2 Domino sets. I guess I'm on a Domino kick now. I never really thought about Dominoes before, but I bought this set a few weeks ago. It's missing some of the pieces. This one's only missing 1. It's supposed to have 91 and it has 90. The other set I have already listed, has 85 tiles, so it's missing quite a few. But I think they'll still sell, just not as well as they would have if they were complete. So this is the same brand, Cardinal, as the one that's already listed that's missing, but this one is complete. It's in the original box. It has a black rather than this gray vinyl case. It has a black one, and it's never been played. It still has the instructions on top. It has a piece of cardboard inside where some the cases aren't big, and it's 91 dominoes, so there's really no way to make a case that holds them like evenly. So they put a piece of cardboard in where some of those empty spaces would be. So this one I think is brand new. I went to this thrift shop. It's a weird little thrift store I've been to a couple of times, where it just says Thrift on the outside. It doesn't have any kind of brand name or store name. And every time I've gone in there, there's a guy working there, and he just says, Don't pay attention to any prices, anything you want, just ask me and I'll tell you how much it is. So it's a guy who does house clean outs, and then he brings what he thinks is the best stuff to the store. So I've got this, I brought it up to him and said, how much do you want for this? I was thinking $3. He said 5. I was like, okay, yeah, 5, that's fine. And then he said, on your way out, take that other set of dominoes too. So this one was in a wooden box. I wasn't gonna buy this. It didn't seem as nice as these. I mean, it looks a little bit older and it is in this wooden case, but I wasn't gonna buy these because it just didn't seem like it was worth it. But he said grab them, so I grabbed them. So $2.50 a piece on these. It turns out this set is worth more than this set. This one is probably 40 or 50. This one is probably 35 or 40. So yeah, I'll get these listed whenever I can. The box is a little bit junky, but it's not too bad. I might have to put a little drop of wood glue in here and clamp this and get it back into good shape. But for now, it's pretty good. 50. I'll probably list this 45 and this one 40. So $5 will turn that into 95. Okay, let's go to the kitchen and get some work done. Okay, so as I was walking over here, I got another sale. So we're going to have 5 orders going out today. 3 of them from yesterday, 2 from this morning. Once I get these 3 orders from yesterday done, I'm going to know exactly how much money we made in October. So I'll do a quick breakdown of just how well we did this October. And it was good. You know, this was definitely the best month of the year. So we'll take a look at those numbers, and then whatever sales come in today, we'll just maybe I'll finish this video up later with some more packing. We'll just keep this one short and get through it. But another thing I wanted to talk about, yesterday at the thrift store, I found 3 of these little kits, and it's a cardboard cutting set, which I guess would be good for resellers who are cutting and resizing cardboard all the time. So it's a 2-piece set. It's got this knife, which is supposed to be a special knife that's just for cutting cardboard. I haven't tried it yet. I don't really know exactly how it works. And then it has a little scoring wheel. So I have this tool that I've been using if I need to make some scores to fold cardboard, but this one's a lot nicer, and this should work fine. So I'm going to keep this set for myself. And then I have 2 more. So I'm going to do a giveaway when we reach 500 subscribers. I'll just do some, like, you know, leave some kind of term in the comments, and then I'll pick somebody at random to get the other 2 sets. So if you're watching now, make sure to subscribe. We're just about, I think we're at like 480 subscribers right now. So we're only about 20 subscribers away from that. So if you're interested in this little kit, it looks pretty nice. I don't know, this is some kind of made in China stuff, but should be useful for people in this line of work. So, okay, let's get these items packed. This is the order that just came in just now. It's another box of these Redbox DVDs. I talked about this a couple of days ago when I sold a box of these. Like they have not sold, I haven't sold any in a long time, so I was kind of surprised to get 2 sales in 2 or 3 days. But this is a box of 70 just random Redbox discs. When the Redbox company went out of business, I went to the Redbox machine that's right in front of the Walgreens, right near me, and I rented everything that was in there. And I guess the way it was working was that the company did not exist anymore, so their connection, their payment connection and all that stuff was gone. But the machines were still sitting around, and you could just rent a movie like you normally would from a Redbox, which is something I never did in my life. But since there was nowhere for it to connect to, you put your credit card in and they would never get charged. So I cleared out the entire machine, and these discs were selling for about $1 a piece. At that time, it was in the news. This was like last November, so just about a year ago, the end of November. Yeah, it was in the news, so people were going to Walgreens and Walmarts and wherever they have these machines and asking, can I just have that machine, to the manager? And they would say, if you can take it, you can have it. We don't want it here. So then people were like, okay, now I've got the machine. Now I need, essentially they need the cases as much as they needed the discs, because it's the, proprietary case that works in that machine. So I sold a lot of them at first, a couple of, a year ago. I probably sold $500, maybe more, of these discs. And then, the interest waned because it wasn't in the news anymore. So right now I have 3 more boxes exactly like this, 70 random discs. And then 1 other box that's maybe like 80 or 90 that is like no duplicates. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, excuse me. So this one, I've just been lowering the price on these, just trying to get rid of them. And then they were also on sale because they've been in my shop for so long. So this sold for $26.77 plus shipping. So not bad, I guess, for something I just took for free out of a defunct derelict machine. This is about 10 pounds. And this box is 12 by 9 by 7. And it's going to, whoops, it's going all the way to, where is this? Georgia, to a buyer named MH. So we'll get that out today. All right, next up. These are, maybe you can't hear it. I turned the notifications off on my phone, but the one on my watch is still going strong. And it's just my family talking about what's going on in my dad's house. Spode pottery plates. These are these Christmas tree pattern. I thought these were pretty collectible, but it's taken me a long time to sell this stuff. They came from a Facebook Marketplace deal where somebody was moving and they just wanted to get this stuff cleared out of their basement. And the guy told me when he got married, his mother-in-law insisted that they get these plates and this whole serving set and everything, this Spode pottery stuff. And he was like, we've never even taken it out of the box. You know, it's been 35 or 40 years and we never even used any of this stuff. So I guess sometimes you do things to make your in-laws happy that you probably should work on making yourself happy. Anyway, I've got a bunch of these and some other things too. And I think this might be the first of the Spode Christmas tree stuff that I've sold. So maybe it's not as collectible as it once was, or maybe it never was that collectible. I just thought it was. But I did get a pretty good price on these. There's 8 salad plates. So they're, luckily, I mean, I thought they were going to be dinner plates and I was going to have to deal with a big box, but these are just salad plates. So should be a relatively small box. And these sold for $79.99. And that's not terrible for something that some guy just gave me out of his basement. Okay, that sneeze is still working on me. So I'm going to run and get a tissue and blow my nose. All right, we're back. These plates, like, they literally have never been used. They still have the same, they still have like the little foam pads in between them that came originally when they were purchased. I think he said 1980 when they got married. So what's today? 2026 almost. So what are these? 40, almost 50 years old, 46 years old. Okay, we'll put this in a 12 by 12 by 12 box, and I'll shrink it down a little bit so that it's not too big, but I do want to have plenty of room around this thing for void fill padding. So let's just fill this with paper. I'm going to put about 2 inches of paper on the bottom, and I could put some scrap cardboard in there to stiffen the box up, but I think it's going to be, well, I don't know. What do I have? I do have these pieces. They're too big. I don't want to cut them. These will be good. I'll just put these around the corners. Okay, that's good. And then more paper. So this is all wrapped in bubble. And then it's gonna have, should literally have 2 inches on all sides, which is the ideal. I think that's like the minimum that you probably should have of space around something fragile. I sometimes fudge that and do 1 inch or less, but you gotta be, there's like the best practice, and then there's the most practical thing. So, you know, I can't put this in a 40 by 40 box, which would be best. Let's get this resizing tool, and then we'll shrink this down quite a bit, actually. Probably drop it down by like, what's that, 6 inches? I should have done this before putting the paper in there. Okay, here we go. Just cutting these new flaps. Is this showing up? I'm gonna cut off 2 of these and leave at least, I'm gonna cut off 3 of them. Good. And then these 2 come down. I need more paper in here. Still need more. Yeah, there we go. Those 2 come down, then this one comes down, and it should be good. These plates are not that heavy, so I'm not gonna worry too much about. I usually only do these kind of side flaps if something is really heavy, or if it's like a kind of an awkward resize, and this one is a little bit awkward, so we'll do those, but it's not heavy enough that I'm gonna worry about the bottom. This one strip of tape is gonna be plenty strong to hold this in place, keep it closed. Okay, Spode Spode pottery. So I don't know if I should tell you to look out for that stuff or not, because when did I get this? March. So this has been sitting for 8 or 9 months. It weighs 7 pounds, 12 by 12 by 8, and it's going to SW in New Mexico. Now, out of the way. What's next? I'm sorry about this cough. I'm trying to work through it. I don't feel sick or anything. I just have this cough and I cannot shake it. It's been probably a week or two. Okay, this is some kind of a CorningWare sauce pot. It has this nice round shape on the bottom and then a diamond shape on the top. And of course the little thing where you can put the CorningWare handle here and a good fitting glass lid. This didn't, I took an offer on this, so it sold a little less than I was hoping, but still fine. I paid, what did I pay for this? Well, I paid $7 for this. That's a surprise. I paid $7.16 for this at the thrift store in July. So it's not as old as I thought it was. I thought I'd had this for a little bit longer than that. So I'm gonna put, I wrapped this lid in paper and I'm putting a piece of bubble wrap over the top of this. I'm gonna squeeze these both together with the stretch wrap. I don't know if this is necessary to fill the inside, but I see a lot of people do that and I don't mind doing it, so we'll do it too. And then we'll put that on top upside down and then come around with the stretch wrap. I just don't want these two pieces banging around against each other inside of a box, so we'll keep them tight with the stretch wrap. This CorningWare is, you know, notoriously difficult to break, so I don't think it'll be a problem, but we'll do whatever we can to make sure it doesn't break. And I have a box here, kind of a square box, a little bigger than it needs to be, but the next size down I have is too small. So we'll shorten this one too, I think, maybe a little bit. Let's do it like 2 inches. I'm just trying to be efficient with the amount of packing paper I need to use. That stuff's it's not free, you know, it costs money. So I don't want to go wild with it every time. I'm trying to make these boxes as small as they can be. It won't really, the size of this box shouldn't really affect the shipping cost. It's just the materials cost I'm thinking about. And I have been really going through a lot of paper lately. I have a box of just recycled paper over there. I should try to get rid of that. I don't think anything else I'm packing today is going to require any packing paper. So yeah, we'll go and see how my dad's doing. This is not the first time. He lives on the corner of a street, like people would be driving this way and his house is right in front and they have to turn. And it's not like people crash into the house every day, but maybe it would have been before I was driving. So I was probably 14 or 15. So like, I guess like 35, 40 years ago, maybe more. My brother was parked on the street in front of the house and somebody hit his car. It was a teenage runaway. She was like 13 or something, 12, and she stole the family's car. She didn't know how to drive, so she took the car out of their garage and didn't know how to open the garage door. So she just backed the car right out through their garage door. She just lived right down the street from my family. So she drove the car through their garage door and then down the street. She hit my brother's car. They said she was probably going like 60 miles an hour. She hit my brother's car. It was a cool old Nash. I think it was a Metropolitan. I don't know. I think he got that car from a family friend or something. I can't really remember the details. I just knew it was a cool car and I was hoping that when he graduated from it, I was gonna get it. Anyway, she hit that car and threw it up into the yard and it hit like a small ornamental tree in the front yard and killed that tree instantly. And then she drove away from the scene. She was able to still drive away from that accident, and she got like, I would say, she got to the highway and then maybe she got to be like 90 or 100 miles away before the police caught up with her and stopped for wherever she was going. So I don't know what she was running away from, but I hope she's all right all these years later. But I did want that car, so that sucks. This is a Corning in here. This, like I said, I bought it for $7.16. I sold it for $33.99. I think I probably had it listed at $45 or $50. It weighs 4 pounds, 4 ounces. This box is gonna be 12 by 12 by 10. And it's going to Nevada to someone named BG. So let's get that one out of the way. All right, what's next? All right, this is a toner, waste toner cartridge for Konica Minolta. I kind of want to just put a label on it and ship it, but I might be able to do a quick wrap around it with this piece. No, it's not small. It's too small. I want to look at the listing because I had a bunch of these toner cartridges and things, and I put right in the listing, this will ship in the original carton. So I don't really want to pack this if I don't have to. Let's see. Original listing says description. It doesn't say that, so I'm going to have to wrap it. So I'm going to use this, and I'll use my new scoring tool. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can, but this is not always a quick procedure, but it can be. Okay, where is that tool? Here it is. Let's see how it works. So it just has a little perforating wheel on it. I'm not even going to use a ruler. I'm just going to do this slowly, and well, maybe I will use the ruler. Yeah, I'll use the ruler. So it just makes a perforation that then makes the cardboard fold easier and more precisely folds. I'm going to be pretty lackadaisical with this and just get it wrapped, and that's it. Not be too precise about getting flaps and stuff like a good cardboard box would have, because this thing's already protected by a cardboard box. So okay, that is good. Well, now we just cut the corners off. Come on. So I might normally have a flap here that would fold up and go inside, but today we're going to skip that. So we might end up with some little air gaps in this box, but I'd like to get down there before noon, so I need to leave pretty quickly if I have to stop at the post office and then drive all the way down there. All right, Konica goes right here, then this goes up, then this goes up. That should fold. That should fold. It's out of the way. This stuff isn't rocket science. I do see a lot of people online, struggling with something about this camera being here mounted this way is making it overheat a lot. So we're gonna be restarting some of these videos periodically. It just will shut down without any warning. Okay, so this thing is Konica toner waste cartridge. 1 pound 12, 19 by 5 by 5. It's going to California. And then the last thing we have right now is another one of these door push plates. This is from a company called Gainsborough. This is like if you have a door that only has a knob on one side and then has a push on the other side. Sorry. So yeah, I got these from an estate sale. I got several of these. Somebody sent an offer on this, and again, it was the end of the month, and the offer was on an item that was already on sale, but it's the end of the month. I want to get this thing sold, so I want to get as much money coming in at the end of each month as possible. So I took that offer for $15, and I paid $2.87 for this. I mean, a long time ago. This stuff has been listed since I think I have one of these left, and I think I started with 5 or 6 of them. This one was listed in May of 2024, so well over a year. It's been languishing in my shop, so it's time for it to go for 15 bucks. Okay, I'm gonna buy these shipping labels, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about profits, and then we'll give you a little rundown on how we did for the month. Okay, these boxes all have labels and they're all ready to go. Of the 5 of them, 4 of them are going to go to FedEx, which is, I mean, it's shocking to me that FedEx is cheaper than USPS. Even on a small package like this, most of them were like $2 or $3 cheaper. This one's only like 50 cents cheaper, but since I'm going to be going to FedEx anyway, and on a normal day, I might just choose to pay the USPS overage, but today I'm driving right past the FedEx on my way home, so I will just drop these off. It'll take 5 seconds and we'll be done with it. So let's quickly go through the 3 items that sold yesterday and see how much profit we made on them, and then I'm going to give you a breakdown of what I think is going to happen with the rest of the year, or what I hope will happen with the rest of the year. Okay, we had 3 sales yesterday. I got a cough again. There was this little Gainsborough door plate. It only earned $6. That can't be right, but I guess it's right. I mean, I paid $287 for it. It sold for $15. Shipping fee was $722. eBay fees were also $722. I need to check that and make sure that's right. Let me check that. I'll be right back. Okay, I entered some data incorrectly. So the eBay fees were actually $3.10. So we earned $10.13 on that door plate. So that's not bad. Next up, the Konica toner, waste toner cartridge, $20.78. And then finally the CorningWare saucemaker, $23.36. I'll go over November 1st sales later. I think I'm going to have to do another section of this video later tonight, so we'll go over that later. Okay, so that's basically it for as far as profits for the day. It's a total of like $50. So sort of an anticlimactic way to end the month. $54.27. So average per day all through the month of October, we ended up with $175.51 profit. I needed that number to be higher. It needed to be 193 in order to reach my goal for the year, which I'm going to go over in a minute. So that goal, the average profit per day has gone up for November and December, which I kind of expected it to, but I thought we'd be a little closer to the 193 by the end of the month, but this day was a killer. There were a couple of days this month where we only earned like $8 or $9, so those really knocked the average down quite a lot. But here's what we got right now. October was still a very, very good month for me. So I earned for the month of October, and this might not seem like a lot for some eBay sellers, but for me this is a lot of money. $5,411.92 came in profits for October. So over last October, that's 120, it's more than 120% increase. So more than double what I made last October. Quite a bit more than double. So pretty good. I do have a $50,000 goal for the year. That's what I'm shooting for, and that's this month. I thought we would do a little bit better this month, and that it would make it more likely that we would hit that $50,000 goal. But we still have to earn $12,342 before the end of the month in order to hit that goal. So right now there are 61 days left in the year, and if I just do that basic math, dividing these numbers up, I get to $202.37 per day. So we basically need to make $203 every day for the rest of the year, November and December, which based on last year's numbers, in which I made basically November and December were double the average of every other month that year, 2024. It is possible we could be doing $203 per day, but I just can't be sure. So I'm still keeping my fingers crossed we're going to hit the 50 grand, but if we don't get there, we're going to get pretty close to it. So yeah, hit the subscribe button now, and then you can follow along and see if we get to $50,000 or not. But for now, I'm going to end this, head down, see how my dad's house looks, and then come back later tonight and hopefully have some more orders to pack. So thanks for watching. We'll be back in a little while. All right, I'm back. I have been working all day. It turned out that I talked to my little brother. He was there helping my dad. He said there wasn't really anything that I can do. I called my dad and asked him if he needed me to come, and he said he didn't really think there was anything for me to do down there to help out. So I just spent the whole day working on my eBay shop. So I have a ton. I got a ton of listings completed today. Let me count them up, and then I'll come back. Okay, I counted them all up, and I've come up with 26 listings. So for me, that's an awful lot for a single day. I also just had a cough drop, so I'm hoping that I don't cough too much during this segment here. But I think I've got about 9 or 10 listings that are drafts that are ready to just take photos. So I'll finish those tomorrow morning, and then I have to work in the afternoon. So I won't be getting that much work done tomorrow, but hopefully I'll be able to get this, get through this section and get all of these things listed. I really want to get as much listed as I can now, as we're really like deep into the fourth quarter. The more listings you have, the better it is for sales, in my opinion. I have four, no, I have one, two, three, yeah, four more orders that came in, so I'll get these packed up today. And there was something else I wanted to tell you, but I can't remember what it is, so if I think of it, I'll let you know. Let's get packing here. So, very weird turn of events here. I had like 6 or 7 of these Gideon Bibles. There's that cough after all. I got these from the Salvation Army a little while ago. Where's my phone? I'm not sure how long ago. Not that long. A few months ago. And they were a little bit expensive for my my taste, for how much I knew these were going to be worth. I've sold these before, so I knew that they're only worth like between like $10 and $15. So I bought them for 3 at the Salvation Army. Paid $3 a piece for them. I think it was 6. And the reason I did that, the reason I thought it was going to be okay to put a high cost of goods on a relatively low value item is because it was going to be a simple single listing that would have 6 items on it. So it was going to take almost no time to get all of these listed. So if they sell for $12 a piece, then that would be multiplied by 10. They're also really easy to store and to ship, so I wasn't worried about that. And I knew they would sell. They didn't sell that quickly. These I bought in June, the end of June. So let's say July. They've been listed since. So 4 months maybe. I only have 1 left at this point, and I don't know. I'm not a religious person myself, but I'm happy to provide things to people if they want them, and I guess they do. I've been doing pretty well with religious books. All right, this one. But the weird thing is that 2 of them sold today. I mean, they haven't. I sold a few of these here and there. You know, a couple of them, of the ones I bought, and then somebody bought one. They sent me a message saying they weren't sure if their credit card was accepted. They got some kind of a message from eBay saying their card was rejected, and I said, well, I don't see anything like that on my end. I just see that there was a sale and it tells me to ship it. So something must have gone right that neither one of us is privy to. But it doesn't really matter. I just told them it's fine. And then not long after, only maybe like an hour and a half or 2 hours later, the other one sold, a second one. Very strange to me that would work out like that. Okay, 10 by 7 by 3. I was worried that since I just turned off all of my promoted listings because of the new eBay policy that I'm not going to be party to, I thought because of that my sales would drop. HB in MD. So I'm going to write this on here and try to be careful. I guess it doesn't matter. There's the same book going to 2 different people. So I expected my sales to really drop because these boxes are, the quality control on these boxes is terrible. So I have to get a different one. This one's probably no good either. It's not great, but it's okay. So yeah, I was expecting also my sale. I had a sale going. I think it was 15% off through the second half of October. That ended today. And then I just turned off those promotions. So I expected I would have some issues with, poor sales. And it's not the highest sales day it could be today, but I think, what is this, 7 sales today? That seems to be about standard for me, 7 sales a day. And I haven't really gotten anything listed this whole week until today. Maybe 1 or 2 items I've been listing slowly this week. I haven't had a lot of time to work on eBay this week. So it doesn't seem like dropping those promotions hurt my sales at all. So if you're on the fence right now about dropping, ending your promotions, or you're thinking maybe I'll wait until December or January when it's closer to the new policy taking effect, I say do it now. Like, what's the point in waiting? Unless you can prove that it's really helping your sales, and I don't think anybody can prove that to me, then I say drop it now. Send a message to eBay that you're not happy with this new policy. The sooner you stop giving them extra money, the better. And like I said before, I've been a big eBay supporter, so this is a big turning point for me, I guess. This is probably going to be exactly the same. It's actually a little bit lighter, 1 ounce lighter. 10 by 7 by 3. That's going to, who's it going to? This one's going to Arizona to JS. So I was kind of worried that it might be the same buyer with a different account because he was having trouble with his credit card, but clearly different states, different names, everything's different. So hopefully this is going to be fine. All right, this next thing up here is a I should open this and show it to you. It's like a BMX poster from Freestyling magazine, starring a BMX rider named Gonzo Hugo Gonzalez. This was in, I bought a bunch of magazines and newspapers and like catalogs from a guy on Facebook. And then this was mixed in there with that, just a BMX poster. It's got a little bit of water damage up here. I think it could probably be ironed out or something before. I think somebody might put this in a frame. I don't really know. This was listed for $22.99 plus shipping. It's going internationally. We'll see where it's going in a minute. I don't know what country it's going to go to. So some Bibles and some BMX poster. I'm going to put this, I'm just going to use this cardboard box and just make a flat out of it and cut all these extra flaps off and just stick it right inside there like a one flat package. Knife up here. So, oh yeah, the other thing I was going to tell you, this morning when I went to the post office, and I went to FedEx, and then I was texting my brother and he said he didn't really think there was any reason for me to come. So I decided to come home. And then on the way home, I drove past an estate sale. So I figured I might as well stop. Like, why not? And I got a few things there. I don't know. I'll show you that stuff to you tomorrow or the next day or something like that. And then I thought, well, I'm out here. I might as well get some breakfast because I thought I would go home. And when I got home, I would take my dad out to eat or something for lunch. So I wasn't going to eat until I got there. But I was pretty hungry, so I decided to get some breakfast. And then when I was on the way home from there, I drove by another estate sale. So it turned out I went to 2 estate sales today. I had no intention of buying any inventory today, and I did. I spent probably maybe $90 today, and I don't know what that's going to turn into. You know, it should be some valuable stuff there, I hope. One of them was the estate of a police officer. He was a bachelor, lived alone, and there was a lot of crazy stuff in that house that nobody with a partner would be able to own. It's like a wild house. I'm thinking about going back there tomorrow morning. Everything's going to be 50% off. I really wanted, they have a beautiful jukebox with all of the records and everything, and they had it running so you could see that it was in good condition. And they had $600 on it, and I was thinking, like, I could probably afford $300 for a jukebox. I just don't know what I would do with it. This feels a little flimsy. I'm going to try to find another piece of cardboard that I can tape on here and stiffen it a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, what I really like to do with these flat packs is to have one cardboard with a corrugation going in one direction and the other cardboard with it going the opposite way. So these two are going the same way. So I'll put this third piece on here that's going the other direction, and that should make this thing pretty stiff. I don't think it will be, I mean, you could bend it, but it's going to be, you'd have to try. I could use the hot glue and glue that on there. Then it would be really strong, but this will be fine. Okay, I'm pretty good with that. All right, BMX. Now the weight's going to be up a little bit. Not much, 1 ounce. So it's 5 ounces. 13 by 10 by 1. Sorry. And this is going to EIS, eBay International Shipping. Let's see what country it is. Canada. I was expecting France for some reason, but it's Canada. Okay, so that's 3 down. This is all kind of scraps. We'll just get rid of that. And then the last thing I have here is this pair of Ugg boots. And I'm a little bit worried about these because I had them listed and it says Ugg Beacon boots. And then somebody messaged me and said, these are not Beacon boots. Beacon boots don't have a zipper. They just pull on. So could be a different model. I got that model just by taking a picture and doing a Google image search because it doesn't have any kind of tags telling you any kind of identifying information. So I could have been wrong. I guess I was probably wrong. So I'm hoping that somebody doesn't get these and then say, well, these aren't Beacon boots. I need to get my money back. I don't think they probably will. I mean, somebody's just looking at, we're going into winter and they want some boots. These still have the stickers on the bottom, so they may have been worn a little bit, but that sticker looks pretty clean, so I don't think this was probably ever actually worn. I'm putting this in a bag to protect it from the cardboard and from the other boot. And I'm going to do the same thing with that one. Probably could just wrap one in paper, but I have these bags, I might as well use them. They're not expensive, just thin plastic. They're garbage bags really, but they don't look like the first thing you would think is that that's a garbage bag. Nice and clear ones. So got a box here. I'm gonna have to put some paper. You know what I'm gonna put is bubbles. I think this will work fine. There's like a hole right in the middle where the boots, they make like a square. I have one going this way and one going this way. So put these bubbles right in the middle of that hole, and then we'll seal it up. And this is gonna go to somebody. I didn't know UGG made men's boots. I thought it was just women's clothing company, but these are supposedly for men. I guess it doesn't matter if your feet are big enough. These are size 11, men's 11. So if you want to fit into them, go right ahead. I don't care what gender you are. So I paid $10 for these at my lunch break thrift store. I found a lot of boots there actually, and they're like brand new boots. So I don't know where they're getting them from. That store relies on donations, but it's also associated with a retirement village. So it could be, I think some of their inventory might come from people who have unfortunately passed on, and then they need to clean their apartment out or whatever. That's my guess. Nobody's ever told me that, but it kind of feels like that. And there are occasionally like really high-end pieces of clothing there, boots and stuff. Like I have two of these double H boots that are totally brand new. Nobody's ever worn them. They're the exact same size, and I bought them a year apart, but they have to have come from the same donator. This is 5 pounds. This box is 18 by 12 by 7. Okay, that's good. Where's it going? YC, it's going to YC in Iowa. Okay, I'm gonna buy these for shipping labels, and then we'll be back to see how much money we made on the first day of November. Okay, I got these 4 packages ready to go. These boots are gonna go to FedEx. It's like almost $4 cheaper to do FedEx with that. So I'm taking those to FedEx on my way to work tomorrow. And these others will go on the porch Monday morning hopefully I'll have more packages tomorrow. So let's look at how much money we made starting out on the first day of the month. Are we on a good foot or a bad foot? Turns out not too bad. So earlier today, I packaged up the Spode Christmas Tree plates. Those sold for $80, and after fees and shipping and everything, we're at $71.20 on those. So I'm happy with that. I got those for free. The red box DVDs, I packed those up earlier today too. Both of these things are already gone. They're in the mail and everything. The Redbox discs earned $24.88. One of these Gideon Bibles, this computer standing on right now, just earned $7. The other one, $6.95. So basically the same. Who knows? That might not be worth it to do those kind of sales, but they were very easy to pack, very easy to store. They're out the door for $14. Freestyling magazine featuring Gonzo Gonzalez from 1980-ish. That brought in $20.37, and then finally these UGG boots. I paid $10 for them. I sold them for $83 plus shipping, so they're earning $64.76, which I guess that's right. So add that all up, we're at $195.10. Excuse me. $195.16 for the day. So not the $203. Dang it. I'm leaving all these coughs in. I'm not going to edit anything. So hopefully you don't throw up listening to this. I'm looking for 203. So we're not there, but we're pretty close to that. It doesn't have to be 203 every day. It just has to average out to 203 every day. So right now, 195.16. It's pretty close. It's 11:38. We could get some more sales tonight, and we might get over that 203. Start the month out strong. That's a good hope. So we'll see. Stick with me for the rest of the year. See if we can't knock out this 50 grand. I'm okay. A few months ago, I did some math predictions. Like, these are mathematical predictions, not just my gut feeling. And I came up with 45,360. This is what I was thinking we're going to actually earn, even though I'm trying to get 50 grand. And let's see, how close are we to that? If 40, what is that? Let's say 12,000 minus 5,000 is like 7. So we would have to earn, we're definitely going to get that 45,000 at least. I can see like from the way the math plays out, the way these months have been growing and growing. Let me show you on the screen. So I have this little chart here, and you can see starting in January was strong, February was strong, March was strong, then April was really good compared to those 3 months. Then things dropped in May. That was the worst month of the year. The 1 year where I barely profited more than I did last year. I made literally 51 cents this May over what I made last May. So that chart dropped down, and then it's just been going up and up and up since then. So I anticipate these November and December to go up on that trend. So we'll see. It's not going to make or break me one way or the other if I don't make $50,000, but I sure would feel good if I got there. So yeah, stick with me throughout the year. Subscribe, like, and subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll stick it out for the next 2 months. So that's it for tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.